Manhattan grand jury has voted to indict former President Trump. The historic move sets up what is expected to be a very closely watched and hard-fought legal battle. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington. And Bree, do we have any timeline of when Mr. Trump will appear before a court?
Yeah, good morning, Dave. Well, former President Trump is expected to appear before a judge in New York as soon as Tuesday. And it will be the first time that the charges against him will be read in open court. America waking up to an unprecedented moment in history. Former President Trump indicted in connection with a case involving a $130,000 hush money payment he allegedly made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump blasted the grand jury's vote online, calling it a fake, corrupt, and disgraceful charge. Daniels' lawyer says he respects the decision.
No man is above the law.
This marks the first time a former president faces criminal charges. Mr. Trump's former attorney turned prosecution witness says it also marks the beginning of what could be a vicious legal battle.
There is still the presumption of innocence in this country.
Trump allies claim the 2024 Republican presidential candidate is being targeted. Others say let the legal process play out.
It appears to millions of Americans to be nothing more than a political prosecution.
We haven't seen the indictment. We don't know the charges. We don't know the evidence. And yet there are inflammatory accusations about partisanship and a political basis for these charges from people who have no idea what the charges are.
While the exact charge or charges are still unknown, the Manhattan District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, was known to be focusing on a felony charge of falsifying business records. Trump has denied any wrongdoing. And the judge presiding over former President Trump's arraignment is the same judge that presided over a recent case where the Trump Organization was found guilty in a tax fraud scheme. Dave?
Bree, the former president is running for office again. Does this indictment or the legal issues from the other investigations mean the former president can't run?
No. So the Constitution doesn't say anything about disqualifying a person for office based on pending criminal charges or a conviction. So Trump is still expected to continue with his campaign for president while his legal team fights these charges.
Yeah, long road ahead. Okay, Bree Jackson from Washington, D.C., thank you. And as the former president has said, he will continue his campaign, but how will the news of this indictment impact him at the polls? We spoke with Case Western Reserve University law professor Jonathan Enton about how voters might react.
People who like Trump will see this as just a nuisance and sort of confirming Trump's claim that he's been unfairly singled out for persecution. For the people who don't like Trump, this may give them something to hang their hats on and saying, well, this is a problem.
Enton says this legal process will likely take a while and could go well into 2024, which of course is the presidential election year. Meantime, some Ohio lawmakers are sharing their reaction to the news on social media. Senator J.D. Vance calling the indictment a political persecution masquerading as law and a grave miscarriage of justice. And Representative Jim Jordan simply calls the indictment, quote, outrageous.